Hello and welcome to The Simple Dollar. My name is Nicole and today we're answering the questions, what is a brokerage account and how exactly do you go about starting one? So if you've been in a place where you have been saving money for a while and you have established a 6-month emergency fund and you're wondering what to do next, then this video is perfect for you. Before we dive into that, I do want to thank you for stopping past the Simple Dollar YouTube channel. Also, don't forget to run past the blog and see some of the many articles that we have covering a wide variety of personal finance topics. There's definitely something there for you, regardless of where you are on your financial journey. So let's get back to talking about this brokerage account. Once you've stashed away a 6-month emergency fund, it is now time to start thinking more about your long-term financial strategy. And that means that you're going from being just a saver to now also hopefully being an investor as well. First off, what exactly is a brokerage account? A brokerage account is a savings account where it is specifically designed for you to invest in the stock market. Within a brokerage account, you can invest in things like stocks, bonds, mutual funds, index funds, ETFs, REITs, also futures and options. Pretty much any investment that's out there, you can purchase within your brokerage account. Like savings accounts, brokerage accounts are very liquid, meaning you can access the money and take it out if you so choose whenever you want to. But you should be aware that if you decide to sell off some of those investments and take money out, then that may involve capital gains and paying taxes on that money. You also have the option of linking your brokerage account to your checking account and making automatic transfers, which makes investing even more easy. There are some similarities, as we've discussed, between a savings account and a brokerage account, but there is one major difference that you should be aware of. Savings accounts are FDIC insured up to $250,000, but brokerage accounts are not. So what that means is that if one of your investments starts to tank, then you do have the possibility of losing money. So yes, there is a possibility of you losing money when you put money into a brokerage account or you decide to invest in the stock market. But at the same time, also remember that interest rates are at an all-time low. So essentially that means that putting money into a savings account is barely better than putting it under your mattress for safe storage. Although it does come with some risk, putting your money into a brokerage account allows your money to take advantage of compound interest over time and allows your money also to outpace inflation, which is absolutely important. Now that you have an idea of what a brokerage account actually is, I know that the next question on your mind is, how do I go about starting one? What do I need to open one? But before you even get to that, it is very, very important that you have that emergency fund in place. At a minimum, I would suggest that you have at least 3 months of emergency expenses set aside for a rainy day. You just never know what could happen. Life happens, you could get laid off, you could all of a sudden see your income start to decline, and you want to have some money to reach towards. You don't want to have to start pulling your money out of the stock market and selling off your investments in order to keep your household afloat. So that is where your emergency fund comes in. So at a minimum, you'll want to have at least a 3-month emergency fund, but 6 months is even better. And some experts even go as far as to say, put aside 12 months of emergency expenses because of the uncertainty that we are currently facing in the job market and with the economy. In addition to the emergency savings, you should also be maximizing your tax advantage accounts. This will include your 401k or your 403b that is currently offered with your employer. And definitely, if your employer offers a match, you want to take advantage of that and don't leave any free money on the table. And yet another tax advantage account that you can take advantage of is also the Roth IRA. Once you've met those 2 basic requirements, you are now in a position to open up your brokerage account. The great news is that there are tons of different options to choose from, but at the same time, it can also be a little bit overwhelming if you are new to investing and you're not sure of what to look for in an account. So let's talk about some of the criteria that you want to look for when you are evaluating different brokerage accounts and comparing and contrasting them. Let's talk about 3 steps to opening up your brokerage account. First off, you'll want to find an account that has little or no fees associated with it. After that, you set up your account and start to contribute to it incrementally. And then thirdly, you'll want to begin exploring your different investment options, including index funds, mutual funds, and ETFs. Before we go any further, let's talk about the fees a little bit more. I know you're interested to know how much is all of this going to cost you. I get it, I understand. The great news is that there are many brokerage firms out there that do not charge commissions on your trades. But on the other hand, there are also brokerages that may charge a flat fee. For example, a brokerage might charge a $6.95 fee to buy a stock or an ETF, which might not sound like a lot of money up front, but when you are starting very small and maybe starting with just $100, that $6.95 is almost 7% of your initial investment. So those fees slowly but surely will start to eat away at the money that you are investing. And that also means that when you go to sell, that's another 7% that you'll be paying in a fee in order to sell off your investment. So the long and short of it is that fees will devour your gains, especially if you have a low balance in your account. Once you've made a decision on which brokerage to go with and you've set up your account, the next thing that you'll want to do is remember this piece of advice right here. Slow and steady wins the race. I know you're excited about investing. You want to get in there and start making changes and making tweaks and maybe buying the next hot new stock that you heard about on TV, but that's probably a mistake. Slow and steady wins the race. And virtually every study out there shows that the best investment strategy is to invest consistently, leave the money alone, and let the miracle of compound interest work in your favor. Brokerage accounts allow you to invest pretty much in anything at any time that you choose, but you also have the option of investing on a schedule, in which case you just set up your preferred allotments and the time in which you want to invest, and let the rest happen automatically. This strategy is great for people who lead busy lives and have other things going on in life, but also for those who are tempted to make changes to their accounts very often. Having your investments on autopilot is a great way to keep your hands off of them. If you're solely interested in investing in index funds or mutual funds only, then also remember to explore your alternatives. Although you can purchase mutual funds, ETFs, and index funds through your brokerage account, you may want to also look directly at the institution that sells them. You can essentially cut out the middleman and make a purchase directly from Vanguard or Fidelity. By doing so, you'll be able to get access to the same sorts of account services, but by cutting out the middleman, you'll save money on fees. Now that you are well informed about what a brokerage is and you know how to start one, now might be the perfect time for you to go out and do just that. It will require a little bit of research and legwork on your part, but it is well worth your efforts to make sure that you find one that is the best fit for you. And setting up an investment account is not rocket science. A lot of times we make it much more difficult than it has to be. And the best part is that we've done some of the work for you. If you're wanting to see a list of some of the best online brokerages out there, then check out the description. We'll be sure to link it there for you. Thank you so much for stopping past the Simple Dollar YouTube channel. I hope that you learned something today and that you feel more informed about how to get started with your brokerage account. If you did, in fact, enjoy this video, go ahead and hit that like button and also hit subscribe on your way out so that you can get access to more great videos just like this one. Happy investing, and we'll catch you in the next video.